For everyone who watches this channel, you know that I don't like survival games. But I really do like space games. But what if you just take these two and just combine it together? Will it be worth it or not? And in this video, we're going to be talking about space survival, kind of survival game, space engineers, and whether it is worth it right now, years and years after its initial release, or you should just ignore it completely. So let's just get it started. And as always, I'm going to be giving you the answer right away to not waste your time, so we could just move on to other things or just continue watching this video, which I really appreciate. And the answer is this: Space Engineers is absolutely worth it. It is basically a Minecraft in space, and if you like building things, and if you enjoyed building things, and if you like anything spaceship related, then yeah, you're actually gonna enjoy this game a lot. It's not flawless, it has quite a lot of flaws, but yep, we're going to discuss all of those right now. So, what even is Space Engineers? Space Engineers, in 2 words, is a space Minecraft. You're playing as an, well, space engineer, or if you want, or just an astronaut, in procedurally generated solar systems, which contains a few planets and a bunch of asteroids. And your goal in this game is, well, just build things. There is no distinctive goal in the game, and you can play it alone in a single player or in a multiplayer with your friends or a bunch of other people as well. Oh, and overall, your gameplay mechanic is this: if you're standing near asteroids, your goal is basically to mine resources and start building bases or space stations or spaceships. And you are building those ships block by block, and each and every block has their own functions, like a regular metal block, which is used for a structural integrity, or you can use drills and would connect these drills with an interconnected conveyor system that mines the resources for you, and you can just route the resources to the smelters to transform these resources into, well, usable resources for you. And with a very deep automating system, you can even automate the building of an entire ship, so you can even create entire factories in this game. The only 3 resources that you actually need to think about in this game is your energy, basically ability to fly around, your hydrogen fuel that gives you ability to fly around in an atmosphere of a planet, and your oxygen, basically to not die. You can create pressurized environments for your ships, and you can create basically any ship designs that you want. The game has an insane amount of blocks and insane amount of capabilities to build any ship of your dreams. And because the game is pretty old and pretty okay optimized for the modern systems, you can build insanely large and insanely complex ships and space stations. And with those spaceships, you can actually land on the planets. On the planets, you actually need a different kind of thrusters and hydrogen thrusters, and you can mine the planets as well. But on planets, you have a gravity as well that you need to fight, and just gives the game very interesting flair. The game is purely sandbox, basically not having any particular goal except for just having fun and just create the stories for yourself. The game also has a different scenarios, kind of like a stories that is added into the game, just to give you some type of story in the game, just to give you an ability to do something for a reason. They're not exceptional, but they're there if you want it. A game also has a combat, and you can create or even meet a hostile factions that you need to protect yourself against. You can create an automatic turret. You can create automated turrets or even robots that protect you. And overall, the game has an insane amount of things that you can build. Because it's in a title, you are a space engineer. And in addition to all that, game has insane mod support. So if you want a spaceship from your favorite franchise, let's say if you want to have a Star Destroyer and actually have an ability to control it, well, you can. And since its full release, the game has a few DLCs as well, which mainly add cosmetics to the game, basically different looks for the blocks, but they also add a few different types of blocks as well, which could be very useful in a base game. But yeah, it's kind of understandable that devs needs a bit more money after its full release, because its game is not actually a live service, it's a just fully released game. But now let's get to the pricing part and discuss how much it costs and whether it is worth it for those prices or not. So game is available on Steam for the base price of $19.99 for both Tier 1 and Tier 2 countries, and it can go as low as $7.49 for Tier 1 countries and $4.49 for Tier 2 countries. So, is this game worth it? For the discounted price, absolutely yes. For the full prices, absolutely yes. Even at the full price, game is not expensive. So yeah, game is absolutely worth it to buy for those prices. But for whom, and is it actually that great and perfect? For the discounted prices, I would suggest to buy this game for anyone who has any love of building things, or maybe even love of Minecraft at games like that. For the full price, I would suggest this to buy if you have a friend to play with, because yeah, this game transforms into an insanely amazing thing with the friends. And if you really love building complex things, then for the full price, it's absolutely worth it. But why you would not consider buying this game? Well, just because it's a sandbox. Sandbox games are not the best for everyone. It's basically you create your own story, and for many people is not a preferable way to play. Basically in this game you are entertaining yourself, and for many people it's just not it. And if you are not willing to play with yourself, it sounded weird, just don't get this game for the full price. Test it for a discount, but no, don't get it for the full price because you might not enjoy it. There's high chance that you will, but you just might not. Overall verdict is this: Space Engineers is one of the gems of Steam, and a lot of people need to experience this, especially if you love space games, and even more especially if you love space games and if you love building games. So yeah, go and get this game. Well, this should be it for today. Thanks for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.